Thank you. So welcome again to another session here that we have every 2 weeks, just to talk about subject areas that are of importance to all of us. For those of you that are not aware, this is a networking platform called Migration2Ghana, and it's literally full of people. Majority of us abroad, the UK, US, South Africa, you name it, and these are people that are interested in moving to Ghana or possibly having a business in Ghana. So we've had a few sessions, and the network is actually fully based on WhatsApp. So we engage, we talk about different topics. This week there's been a lot of conversation about our Black race, but other than that, we do talk about various topics. And so today, I decided, obviously we did this session the first time. We had a session when Kelvin kindly came and shared his experience of moving to Ghana, and decided that since then, a lot of people have also joined the platform. So I felt it would be necessary for us to have another session where we have someone come and share their own experience of moving to Ghana. But I wanted to do it I wanted to have different groups. So today we have Anita. Anita is on the platform as well. Anita used to live here and moved to Ghana. Herself and her partners she has 2 partners. And she runs a business selling hair, Brazilian hair. It's with the ladies who know much more. Peruvian hair, Indian Remy, I'm not sure exactly which ones, but she moved from here and set up a shop in Ghana. And so she literally does that. But she has herself 2, she has partners. I think one is here, one is in Ghana as well. But then they literally are going to talk about, the transition with Anita moving from here to Ghana, and then obviously running the business, and also how they've worked together. So it gives us a broader perspective that in some instances you can't actually do it by yourself. You will need help from somewhere. So we have Anita Osei, who is the CEO of La Chic Hair in Ghana. And we also have Reverend Charles Kweku Odoi, and we have Papa Kofi Ohene Asante. So all these 3 people make up La Chic Hair Solution, I think. So without wasting much time, I will hand over to Anita for her to start. So this is going to be more conversational, ask questions here and there. And then after that, once we've had a bit of a conversation, I'll then introduce the next person. What I wanted to do is, we have 2 people. So we have someone talk about moving to Ghana and starting a business, and then somebody also moving to Ghana and working for an organization. So we'll start with the business first, and then after that, we'll come to Kobe. Kobe is on the platform as well. Kobe Annan, he works as a consultant in Ghana. I'm a business consultant, but he'll share a bit more later on. So Anita, can you hear me? Anita? If she's not there, is Papa Kofi Asante there? Anita, Anita, can you hear? Is Papa Kofi Asante there at all? And then, or Reverend Charles, is any of them here?
And Anita's there and she's talking, but it looks like she's.
I know, yeah. Anita, we can't hear you. Have you muted yourself? I think she's muted herself. I'm trying to unmute her, but it's not working. Anita. Okay, let's do it the other way around. Maybe by the time that we finishes, Anita will be able to also share her. I don't want to waste too much time. So we'll do it the other way around. So Kobe, we'll invite Kobe to obviously share his own experience. I think he spoke the last time, but I felt that we didn't get so much from Kobe. He had a lot to share, but we didn't get so much from him. So I felt that I'll invite him back again to share something with us. So Kobe, thank you so much for agreeing to come on with us today. So if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and exactly, obviously, why you're transitioning to Ghana, and then obviously through that we can get some questions answered.
Of course. thanks everyone for making the time and for being here this afternoon. I have to just start out. I'm a bit of a pretender at the moment. I have moved to Ghana, but I'm currently in London, stuck here because of COVID. So please excuse that small discrepancy. Yeah, so I moved back to Ghana just over 8 years ago now, via Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Um, if I'm being very honest, it wasn't a planned move, in the sense that I was in Ethiopia, my contract finished, and I decided to jump over to Accra. I was at the time, young, free, single, and had no ties to anywhere else. And I'd always wanted to make Ghana my home for a little bit at least. I think many of us have done the Christmas visits and the summertime visits and Easter holidays and things like that, but it's not the same as living somewhere. So we rewind a little bit more. I was born and raised in London, grew up here, did my schooling here, university at Warwick in the UK, and then moved to Ethiopia. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So yeah, and then Ethiopia was working with the UN on human rights and various other things. When I first moved to Ghana, I was working with the European Union as an intern, looking at politics and governance issues, which was great. It was fantastic. It was a great learning experience. I think it was a bit of a soft entry into Ghana, in a very kind of mixed environment. From there, I jumped completely into something else and went into e-commerce, working with Zuba Shop, which some of you may know it was one of the kind of early adopters of e-commerce in Ghana, still going today. And then I went on to Tisu, which was a similar e-commerce platform. And yeah, then from there, I ended up where I am now, which is a company called Songhai Advisory, where I do kind of consultancy around investment advisory, risk advisory, investment analysis, that kind of stuff. So lots of due diligence for mostly international investors, international institutional investors looking to invest in sub-Saharan Africa. I think what I wanted to start out by saying about the move to Ghana for a lot of people is be ready to be resilient. I have a friend who's very kindly joined us today, who I think will echo some of this. It's not easy. I think there is, and it's come up, I think, in the group a couple of times that, the attitude towards people returning to Ghana is not what we expect. The red carpet will not be rolled out for you. You're seen as too known. You're seen as bringing in ideas that, oh, san etie, that's not how we understand things. That's not how we do it. But that doesn't matter. Force on. Be adaptable. Pick your battles. I think that's the key point. I think I want people to take away. I've seen too many people come and go within 6 months because they weren't aware of what they were getting themselves into, and it was a bit of a culture shock. To be told, oh, but you're not really Ghanaian, so you wouldn't understand. It doesn't matter. I think the events of the past couple of weeks globally have shown us that there is no place like being home. And it's so important that if you're contemplating making that move, now is the time to start putting things in place to do it. You need to be adaptable. Sorry?
No, carry on. Sorry, I think I've just muted someone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So I think, yeah, the challenges are real. I think. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but passion is taking over a little bit from the past couple of weeks. But yeah, I think so that's one side of it. When it comes to getting jobs and things, practical terms, be very happy to play on your networks. It may seem a bit alien. It felt very alien to me, taking an internship where I was introduced to someone by my father. Normally if that had happened in the UK, I'd feel a bit uncomfortable, like, oh, should I really be here? Have I warranted it? It doesn't matter. That is one of the great things I think about how Ghana works, that you can play on those networks and you can be successful. By virtue of the fact of many of the conversations I've seen on the platform, we're all qualified people. We're not pretenders coming in trying to, just set up something because, oh, we've heard it's possible to make a lot of money in that area. People are, we're skilled people with a lot to offer, but you do have to work your way up a little bit. I've had friends who've come in from very successful careers in the UK and in the US, have to start with internships just to get themselves realized, but those internships come through family networks. So I think that's one thing that don't feel too proud to do something like that. I think the holy grail for a lot of people is the kind of being hired as an expat in Ghana. It's not realistic for most of us. I think there are a couple of jobs out there like that, but it's also not where we'll make the most impact. Just follow your heart, follow your passions, and go with it. I think, like I say, adaptability is the key. Don't feel, even though we are very skilled individuals and we all have our fields of expertise, don't feel too tied to that. Ghana is a land of opportunity, and skills that you've learnt through going far in a particular career abroad will get you very far in Ghana as well. Unfortunately, work ethic is something that lacks a lot in Ghana. So just simply being able to show up to work and put in a solid 9 to 5 will put you ahead of a lot of people. That, I knew nothing about e-commerce. I was literally told Google is your friend when I was hired, and kind of told, go off and learn it. Those are the kind of skills that we have learned, often struggling against the system in the States, in Germany, in the UK. So don't be afraid to use those as well. If you see something that kind of semi fits within your remit, but not 100%, go for it. Be bold. And yeah, just make sure you have a good network around you, family, friends, to support you through, and take it from there. As Kwame said, I think this will probably be led more by questions and a conversation. So I'll drop myself there.
Sure.
And then any questions or specifics, please, we're here to talk.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kobe. I think for me, one of my key things, I think what I worry, as a confession, I worry so much about is what are the challenges? Because I feel that having lived here for so long, I will get to Ghana and I will absolutely hate it, because as you rightly said, there's a difference in going to Ghana for maybe a week or 2 weeks where you're just literally relaxing, seeing friends, doing all manner of things. But then when you actually decide to move, I think that's where my there's a bit of a fear, where sometimes when I'm so pumped up, I'm going to Ghana, it literally comes in, I was like, oh my goodness, am I really ready? What were the initial challenges that you faced when you first moved to Ghana?
You discover new challenges every day. I've been there 8 years, and I always tell people I haven't settled. I think it's similar to being anywhere, but anywhere else from what you know in the world. But some of the institutional things, you getting a passport, you have to go and see somebody. Things like that are changing. There is a passport office. You can apply online. You're meant to go and get an appointment, but if you don't see the right person, your appointment might not happen. Getting things registered, just dealing with bureaucracy. And I think it's just that they're not always the biggest challenges in the grand scheme of things, but they come so frequently from so many different directions that it can be a drain. And so you feel like you're often fighting just to get the simplest things done. I'm looking outside here in London, it's raining. In Ghana, you start looking outside your window. Is it going to flood somewhere? Has the gutter been cleared? Are the lights going to go off? If the lights are going to go off, is the generator topped up with fuel? If the generator's not topped up with fuel, it's every little thing is a struggle. Sometimes it takes time to get those networks set up around you, and I think that's something that if I had known, I would have spent more time doing initially, making sure that you have your systems in place, sometimes it's trial and error. This app that says you can pay someone remotely doesn't actually work. Okay, I'm on to the next one. I think it's, and luckily there are people, many people who've gone before you who can tread that path, who have trodden that path, who can signpost you to the right way that things are doing. And I think platforms like this one are fantastic.
Yeah.
Asking for practical information,
yeah.
And recommendations and things like that. Because that like I say, those are the kind of things that if you're not prepared will make you turn around in 6 months and go back, because you just think, I can't do this. It seems daunting. You sit, you know, I wish I could see his face. My friend Kofi, who's joined us, is probably nodding behind his computer that, you know, he's the guy that I call when it's, my guy, the internet's off again. Oh, Charlie, I've called them 5 times. I can't, you know. When you're trying to do that and be a professional and be a parent, I'm not a parent, but, you know, I see people who are doing it as parents as well. It's a lot. And so I think that's why sometimes I don't want to come across as pessimistic or cynical, but it's very important that you're aware of these kind of things before you move, because once you're forewarned is forearmed, and when you're there and you take advantage of it, you never want to go back. The amount of people I've met who came for a weekend, who came for a week, and 5-6 years later are still in Ghana. Ask them how or why, they can't tell you, but there's something about being there, making it work, that just it's not comparable to anywhere or anything else.
Thank you. I mean, networks, I believe, is quite important. So I think that's the reason, the objective behind creating this platform. And I think I can see that a lot of people are utilizing it a lot. I would encourage you, everyone, to try as much as possible to, you know, other than the other people in the diaspora, there are quite a few people who are quite knowledgeable in Ghana. So I'd encourage you to try as much as possible to engage with some of them, private message them if necessary. I think it's very important. Thank you so much, Kobe. Any question from anyone else? Question from anyone else? No one? Okay. Kobe, so yeah, carry on.
Sorry, Kwame, and thank you, Kofi. Not really a question, but what you said about transferable skills and not necessarily going there with your background. So, you know, the things that you have professional experience or your schooling, the fact that you can you've got those transferable skills that you can study something and be able to implement it in an organization. You know, that really kind of helped me actually, because I'm going there thinking, can I really take what I'm doing here over there? And it's not necessarily the case. You go in there with the mindset that you can do anything that's kind of somewhere, you know, in the region of your remit, and learn on the way, on, you know, as you go, was really useful. So thanks for sharing that.
No worries.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. I think quite very important, because I think a lot of us come here. I mean, I started my career in financial services, and I've ended up, now I'm a business change manager. So, and I think, okay, hang on a minute. Do they know anything about business change in Ghana? So how am I going to fit into that? And for me, I think the only thing I can say is sometimes it's about, you know, job titles are more so for you to coin and create yourself and put yourself in there. So what I do at the moment is practically what a management consultant does. So for me, that's how I'm trying to position myself. So what I'm doing nowadays is engaging with people from places like KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and talking to them just to try and understand what they do in terms of management consultancy, so that I then know how to position myself. So I'm working on my CV, my Ghana CV. So that's something that could help you. So you look at what you're doing, look at what roles are in Ghana that you potentially fit in, and how you're going to package yourself. And so you get job responsibilities that is closely aligned to what you want to do in Ghana. And I think that would potentially work, Andrea.
So it's just very slightly linked to that as well, that I should say is we need to humble ourselves slightly. You know, the people who come with a savior complex, oh, I've studied this and this and this in the UK, so I'm going to come and teach everyone in Ghana how it works. the resilience to change in Ghana is strong, you know, and the pace of understanding new ideas is slow, you know. So it can be frustrating, you know, seeing things that maybe aren't working in a system. But sometimes the harder you push back against it, the harder you're pushed out from making that change. So I think just be patient with some things like that. You know, when I was working in e-commerce, for example, it's a stupid example, but a gentleman came. I had gotten us POS machine so he could pay by card, but he looked at the card machine and said, no, never trust anything like that. You know, I want to go down the street, have the physical cash and give you the cash. It would be very easy for me to turn around and say, you know, we're not accepting cash. You have to pay by card. I'd lose that customer. It's that simple. So I think, you know, just come with, I won't even say lowered expectations, because the vision is there. You know, those changes will come with time, but it just takes longer to adapt to certain things than you might expect.
Brilliant, thank you. I want to move on to Anita. Sure. So that if anyone has questions for Kobe, obviously Kobe is on the line. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask him. But I'll move on to Anita. Anita, can you hear me? Do you have a problem? Can you unmute yourself? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Finally.
Yay!
Thank you so much. We tried to do it earlier. So, guys, Anita used to live here, and she started her business and moved to Ghana. So, as opposed to Kobe, where he actually went and worked for someone, Anita actually runs her own business. So, she's going to share her own experience, and obviously her partners, Papa Kofi Asante and Reverend Charles, and also chip in where necessary, and just to see how it works. Obviously, she's based here, and I'm not sure. I think it's Reverend Charles that's based here, and then Papa Kofi Asante is also in Ghana. Okay, so over to you, Anita. You should share your experience with us, and then obviously any questions will then come back and ask you.
Okay, so it's lovely to see everybody on the platform, or meet you all on the platform. Kwame, well done for doing this, because we all need it. My experience moving into Ghana, just like Kobe said, it's not been easy, but it's a matter of being persistent. It's a matter of having a mindset that you really want to come home and change something in your own little way. And for me, that is what I've done. I used all my experiences from the Royal Bank of Scotland in Manchester, and also my MBA from Durham University, plus my passion in hair. Hair is my passion. I've kind of merged everything together, and then in all humility, I have come home to set up, and by God's grace, it's going very well. So me moving back home, it happened that my mom passed away. So you can imagine moving back home in itself is difficult. Then in the midst of everything, you lose your mom. It wasn't easy, but then again, persistence, consistency has kept me to date, plus passion. And you have to enjoy that journey. You have to make up your mind that this is what you want to do, and enjoy the journey. Enjoy all the challenges that comes with it. Can you just imagine life without a challenge? It's not interesting. So enjoy all the challenges that comes with it. And then if you want to come home, by all means, look at what you are really passionate about, because in the midst of everything, when there are challenges and you're pursuing your passion, that is when you can break through. So I have had challenges with employees in the past. You can imagine when, when you have to go to work in the UK, you're 5 minutes even before time. And here in Ghana, you have to let a worker, if a worker has to come to work at 9 o'clock, they are in at 10, 11, and the mindset is so different, and they don't see anything wrong with it. And it was a big challenge, and I had to keep to my vision and my mission of coming to Ghana. So even the environment didn't understand what I was doing. They thought I was difficult. But to me, that was discipline. And I had to keep letting people go for some time. And some people thought, oh, well, what has she come to do? You know, well, why can't she keep one person? But I couldn't keep one person because they couldn't understand, you know, what I was trying to do. And for me, I had to let go. When I tried to get you to understand the vision and the mission, and you are coming in with your own sort of mindset, and I'm working on your mindset and it's not working, then I'm sorry to say I have to let go. Believing that I would definitely get a great team at the end of the day. It takes time in every business. It takes so much time to get a great team behind you. And by God's grace, I have a team who are working. We are not many, but they are working very well. They understand the vision. They understand the mission. Now the business, I can say, it's not fully running without me, but if I'm not here, I am okay. Whereas before, I have to come and open the shop myself. A worker is late. Cleaning has to be done in a certain way, and the worker cannot clean to a certain standard, and I have to do it myself. And sometimes they will disappoint you, calling to say they cannot come to work, and I have to come and clean myself, do everything myself and by myself. And I stand there and I say, wow, I'm indeed very passionate about this business. And it has worked out very well. And by God's grace, like I said, I have a wonderful, wonderful team who doesn't want to leave. And instead of coming to work at 9 o'clock, they are coming in at 8:25, and it's just amazing. And if you tell them to leave and go home, they don't want to leave. They are here. So it takes time to build a team, and you have to respect that team. I think many people come in with the idea of being bossy. As my brother said, Kobe said, you have to be very humble. You have to be humble to the people you work with. Treat them like they are your own. And the same way your customers, you have to obviously bring in value for them. But if you bring in the value and you don't respect them, how do they invest in you? So the value that you bring into the market, you have to make sure that you are respecting your clients enough for them to. So this boils down to customer service. In Ghana, customer service is extremely poor. And for me, if somebody is bringing me money, I feel that they are rather my boss. And I treat them very, very well. And yeah, it becomes very easier for them to invest in you or give you their money. So the humility aspect that Kobe mentioned plays a lot in all aspects. I mean, in everything that you do in Ghana here, and I guess in the worldwide, and obviously the Bible teaches us to be humble, and then he will lift us up. Oh, I can't hear you, Clam.
Thank you so much, Anita. I think so. Are you saying that I can't come and just order people around that I want them to get me wachi, I want them to get me tofi, I want them to get me this food? I can't do that?
As a leader, there's a way you can actually go about things like this. There's a way you can persuade people. So this is where our transferable skills comes in. Mm-hmm. It's the same sending somebody to do something for you, mm-hmm. but it's a way you do it. And that is where the persuasiveness comes in as a skill, if you are a leader. So you can get people to do what you want. Mm-hmm. You can't get them to do it the way you want, mm-hmm. but there's a way. If you respect them enough, it's not a matter, because when I came to Ghana, I saw people screaming at their workers. Mm-hmm. I actually saw someone insulting their worker, extremely bad. And, you know, I was really worried. I'm like, this person is a human being. And where we are coming from in the UK, I believe we respect people a lot. Whereas in Africa is different. People, I mean, let me use the word some people don't respect people or they don't respect others. And to me, it's very difficult. You're dealing with human beings. You need help. You want someone to help you. You want someone to buy into your vision and your mission. You have to be humble enough to persuade them to do what you want them to do. So I guess it's a matter of, you can't order them about, but in a very nice way and in a very respectful way, and they will do it for you. And they are very nice. We are nice people in Ghana.
Of course, of course. So
just very quickly on that, Kwame. It's
sure.
a very fine line. You know, there have been certain situations in Ghana that I've only gotten out of by, as my father says, putting on my gorilla suit. You know, if you're sometimes they're very set to, with workers, I would fully agree with Anita. You know, when I was managing teams of customer service people, it was very much the carrot approach as opposed to a stick. You know, but for example, when traders come to the house, if we need a plumber or someone who's not showing up, or I had a car go to a mechanic, it's only after the third or fourth phone call with me screaming down the phone or threatening to not pay the guy that I get results. So there are certain situations, unfortunately, where that is the response. But I agree with Anita. The first point always has to be respect. And when I go down those avenues, it's when I have been disrespected by you saying that you're coming to my house for the past 4 days and you haven't showed up. You know, then I kind of call you and I scream at you like, what do you think you're doing? This one, I'm calling your boss, whatever. Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 minutes later, the guy's at my front gate, you know. So I think you have to treat some certain situations with kid gloves. I would never start out a conversation like that. I would always ask nicely, please, are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? Put a bit of pressure, and then, you know, but being seen as a soft touch can also be problematic as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I agree with Kobe as well. Some people think when you're respectful, you're weak, and you can actually change it. So it's always nice to respect people the very first time. And if you feel that, and there are a lot of people who would do that, they feel that if you're being nice, it means you're weak, and obviously that's where you have to put your foot down and let them know that you know what you're about, or what you want, and it kind of puts them in their place. So yes, I have also kind of screamed a bit on, especially as they take time for granted. They would tell you they are coming in for 2-3 weeks. They expect you to sit at the same place, not respecting time, and that really can be frustrating. Yeah, I agree with Kobe on that. Yeah.
There's a couple of comments here. So from Mina says, so true, Anita. Some people don't respect time, and when they are late, they see nothing wrong with it. Alice is saying that, thanks, Anita, for sharing your experience. But I think for me, I want to find out what, I think you shared a story, the case of your mother passing away. What made you decide to move back to Ghana? What was the trigger point? And at what point did you decide, you know what, this is time, I want to go?
Thank you, Kwame. I knew that question would definitely come. So for me, it's a matter of being fulfilled in life, and proud to me coming to Ghana, and that is where Reverend Charles comes in. I was on my sick bed, just at the point of death, but by God's grace, I'm alive and I'm living. So I thank God for that. But I was really, really ill after surgery. It took me time to recover, and on my sick bed, I asked myself if I'm really done with what I came to this life or this earth to do. And that was when I realized that it's not time for me to go. There is a lot that I have to offer in this world. When I look within me and when I search within me, there is so much I can offer. And being in the UK, I had kind of learned enough, and I feel that it was time. And it's just like when you take fish out of water, okay, it struggles. And for me, being in the UK was like fish out of water. I had very good, lovely moments, very good experiences, by God's grace, I was living well. But then I was still not fulfilled. And on my sick bed, like I said, I kind of thought to myself, look deep within me. And I thought, when I get better, there is something more I need to offer in this life than just a 9-to-5 job. Not that 9-to-5 job is not good. It's good because we've all been there. I have worked 9-to-5 job, but at a point when you feel that it's time to go, you have to let go. Don't look back, and just make sure that persistently you pursue what you want to do. And so I came back a number of times home to do my own market research. And I thought, okay, I'm very, very passionate about hair. I mean, way back in Holy Child, I used to be the best barber in school. I am an accounting student. I'm an accounting student from Central University. In Durham, did an MBA. But listening to Les Brown, listening to Miles Moran, and trying to figure out on my sick bed what I can do next, I thought, okay, they were talking a lot about passion. And my passion is hair. So how then do I use hair to impact in society and to make money for, you know, for myself? And that was when I came home, did the research, and realized that in the beauty industry, there is so much money that I can also tap into to change lives in, you know, in this world. And for me, that was the point where I had a change of mind, to leave everything behind me and come home and touch, you know, even if it's a single life, if I'm able to impact in one single soul before I leave this earth, I guess it will not be a regret, and that will be fulfilling. And by God's grace, I am, in my own little way, I am very fulfilled, because I've been able to pass some kind of legacy on to my beautiful girls who are now living up to it. So just, yeah, at that point, yeah, I had to.
Fantastic. Some questions are coming in, so I want to ask some of the questions. This is a couple of questions from Lucy. Lucy wants to know, did you save a certain amount of money before moving to Ghana?
Did I save? Yes. So you have to. You don't have to save a whole ton of money. I can tell you, I started this beautiful business. I'll show you around. Started this beautiful business with just 5,000 Ghana cedis, and sorry, 5,000 pounds.
Okay.
If Pastor Charles is there, Reverend Charles, is that right? Because we started this together. We started with 5,000 pounds, and it was something that I had from the government in the UK, and it was an online business, because I had been made redundant before I did my surgery. So, and I didn't want to go back into employment. I was getting great interviews and all that, because I did some project management in Royal Bank of Scotland. So I was getting jobs pertaining project management and business analysis, but I had to turn all of them down. And my consultant that I was relating to then, she was good, because then when Reverend Charles came in and said to me, listen, you have so much to offer. Why don't you apply for this pot of money that the government is giving to people who have experiences and they can actually do their own businesses? And I didn't know that. So then again, it boils down to networking, and the reason why I have brought my team in here, because you can actually miss an information and you can miss it for life. So that was when Reverend Charles came in and said, why don't we do this? So, and I'm in to support you. And we did the, what do you call it? I did go back to my consultant and told her that this is what I wanted to do. And she thought I was very capable. So she gave me all the support. And, you know, like I said, like we all know, we have a lot of support system in the UK. So they gave me the support in terms of training. And obviously, if you have a very good credit, they will actually give you the funds that you require to start the business. So it was just around £5,000 to start. But then again, I had some savings as well. And one thing I want to say is, if you have credit facility, don't think because it's credit facility and is at your disposal, you will use it anyhow. You can actually use that credit facility, like Robert Kiyosaki keeps saying, use that credit facility to make yourself some money. Okay, then after you've made yourself some money, you can now start spending. So it was a bit of savings, a bit of credit facility, and a bit of what the government gave me that made me set up. So coming back home, I am not flamboyant. I have to drive. I don't have to drive the Land Cruisers and all that. I could have used that money to come and show off, because obviously I did work with that 5,000 and a bit of money for some time before coming home. I did work for like 2 years before coming home, and I didn't have to buy myself a lot of clothing. I didn't look up to what people were doing. I was pursuing the vision that was on my heart that God has given me, and so I was very careful in my spendings. So you have to watch your expenses very well, and every little that you have, push that into the business. And once the business starts flourishing, you can do anything you want to do, you know, in this world. Okay, you can now, once your cash flow is coming out very well, even with all that, you still have to reinvest, and then at the due time, you will really reap, you know, the fruits of your labor. So that is it for.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. So I'm assuming that when you went to Ghana, when you decided to go to Ghana, you did not go work for another company. You literally went in straight into business. Is that correct?
Yes, I was torn between working for a school, working for someone, and doing my own business, because at this time I'm not sure whether you will be successful. It's a new market that you're coming in. You believe you have so much to offer, but then you, just like everybody else, you want to be very careful in how you come in. You want to take the risk, but obviously a very careful risk, or a calculated risk. And for me, I was torn between doing my own business solely, or doing my business and working at the same time. But then the money that I was being offered, as I went for interview, I got the job. I got, in fact, I nearly got an HR manager job at Merton School, and I would say, is it nearly? I got it because they offered me some money, but that money wasn't enough for me.
Do you mind sharing? Do you remember how much at all?
They were looking at giving me just under, is it 5,000 or 4,000 Ghana cedis?
A month or yearly?
A month.
A month. Right? So let's say about 4,000 to 5,000 Ghana cedis monthly. Okay. All right.
Yes, 45,000. Yeah, I think between. It wasn't up to 5,000, but let's say 4,000 to 4,500. Okay. Even with that, you have to struggle with it a bit. Yeah. So, like Kwame is saying, 45,000 Ghana cedis. And looking at the experiences that I have, looking at what I've made out of myself. I mean, my school fees alone in Durham University, my tuition fees alone was a lot. I had a lot to offer, and I could tell that if they could take me and give me very good salaries, I actually can offer them a lot. But then with that money, what am I going to do with it? And I know within me that I can actually make that money by myself and by my skill. So it didn't quite sit with me well, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do this.
4,000. How many years ago was this?
This was about 3 years ago.
3 years ago, okay.
Yes, and 3 years ago. And I thought, okay, now it's time for me to set up and put in my all in my business. But one thing I can say for sure is if you come with the notion of working and doing your business at the same time, it will not work, because your business needs you 24/7 to survive, to flourish. So if you're coming in, please come in and don't look back and don't think of how, I know you have to think of how you're going to survive, but if you're to choose between working for a company in Ghana and doing your own business, from my experience, I would say choose working for your own business 24/7. Because even if I had the money I want with Merting, and I had to still do my own business at the same time, it wouldn't have worked well at all. And Lashik wouldn't be where it is, because I have to sometimes work till late. And the business always needs me. So I'll say just focus on your own business.
Okay, just to give everyone an idea of how much they were offering to pay Anita. So 3 years ago, 2017, if we use a figure of 5,000 Ghana cedis, that's about 800 pounds. At the moment, the 5,000 Ghana cedis will probably work out to be just about 700 pounds, just to give you an idea of how much the currency valuation was. Okay, thank you so much, Anita. I have a few more questions here. Derek wants to know, how do you pay your workers? Do you pay them hourly rate or a salary?
I give my workers salary, and I don't look at how the system in Ghana pays workers. Because remember when I first came in, the salary for me was poor. Yeah. And so why do I want to pay somebody really, really poor? So I pay them salary, Derek, but I pay them, by God's grace, I pay them quite well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Do I pay you well, ladies? Yes. Woo! Come on.
So, I'm sure the person that shouts the loudest will get a bonus.
Where are you, ladies? Come. And by God's grace, we are building this business with the foundation of God's principle. And if you're using God's principle in everything that you're doing, you have to treat people in the right way. So when you pay them well, they give their all, but then again, get them to understand the vision, the mission, add value to them, and they will do their best. Ramat, just saying.
Fantastic. And I think Derek has another question here. Derek's his question is, how do you recruit? Do you recruit through agents or job ads?
Okay, so we have recruited through initially when I started. I was putting adverts out there. There's this agency down my vicinity, my business vicinity, and I go there and I tell him to put the ad out there, and he does. So I get tons of emails coming in, I get tons of messages, and I call people in, they come for the interview, and sometimes they are not suitable, and other times you think they are suitable, and you give them the opportunity and it's something else. So it got to a point I wasn't recruiting through agencies anymore. Right. Ramat, this beautiful, for instance, I recruited her through conversations. So I met her, and there were days that she was doing nothing with her time, and I remember saying to her, there's so much you can do with your life, and I kept on talking and talking and talking, and sometimes she didn't believe me, and and at a point she came in. The beautiful thing is, when people are willing to give themselves the chance, you have to give the chance. Ramat here was willing to give herself that chance and to learn from me, although she had some doubts because of her experiences at other places. But the beauty is that when she came, she saw me leading by example, and what I say is what I do. So she stuck with me. And so once she was in and she could see what I was doing and she could buy into the vision, other people started coming. Josephine just walked in. She walked in, and she lives nearby, and she has seen the business going on for some time, and she thought, oh, let me try my luck. And she came in, went out, and Josephine was someone who actually wanted to come to work. We start work at 9 to 8, but she wanted to come close at 4. Is that right? Come in and close at 4, and that wasn't possible. So then again, it was a matter of persuading her. And when she came in to see the culture that was in here, he thought, no, they need me in here. And now, even when it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you're telling Josephine go home, she doesn't want to go home. And for me now, after having Ramat on, other people are coming in. Just yesterday, we had someone coming in to look for employment, and we are kind of yet to recruit them, interview them. So it's a matter of putting your eyes or your ears on the ground and watching and look who has the capability that you're looking for. They will not be fully abreast, or they will not be fully what you want, but you have to see certain traits that you can work with and nurture to become a whole.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I think there's a couple of questions here now. Please mute yourself if you want to have any questions. Obviously, Kobe is still online. Anita is here. If you want to ask any questions, please do at any time. I think this might be to Kobe and Anita. Joanna wants to know to establish a business in Ghana, what do you do if you can't speak the language? What do you, I mean, if you can't speak the language, what do you think, I mean, from your own experience, what should someone in her position do?
Okay, so it's about what you believe your business should bring in. I don't think language should be a barrier, because for me, I believe that I can survive anywhere else in the world, and that is my mindset. And in Lashik Hair Solutions, yes, we all speak local. We all have our local dialects. We all speak vernacular or local. We speak the Chi, we speak the Ga, but I don't encourage that in here, because the kind of clientele that I look out for may not speak vernacular. So, and I don't want a client coming in thinking that we are speaking a language that will make them feel uncomfortable. So the common language, and we all know English is well spoken in Ghana. So the common language for all of us is English. And I have encouraged that from the onset. So yes, we all speak the local dialect, but in here, our culture is to speak English. And if a client comes in and they want to speak any local dialect, of course, we respect that, and we respond to them in our local dialect. But in-house, for me and my girls and my team, Reverend Child and Papa Kofi, we all speak English in-house, so that if a foreigner, which we have seen a lot of foreigners coming in, so Liberians, we have seen a lot of foreigners coming in, and they feel more comfortable, you know, when we speak the English language that they understand. So language shouldn't be a barrier, and I believe that English is even the right way to go. And you can come in and even learn the local dialect.
The local dialect, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Is there anyone with any questions? Or Kobe, do you have anything to add to that at all?
Yeah, the one thing I regret from my parents is them not teaching me a local Ghanaian language when I was growing up in the UK. So I moved not speaking any Ghanaian language. It can be a challenge. I was lucky I was in very professional settings where the language was always English, you know, so it wasn't so much of an issue. But I think when you're there, make as much effort to at least learn Pidgin. Pidgin, you know, it's easier to pick up. It's not a whole new language, just because our people can be a little bit sly sometimes and will use other languages to try and take advantage a little bit, you know, or they hear an accent and all of a sudden the price changes. But yeah, I think fully agree. You know, I think in professional work settings, whether we agree with it or not, English is the official language, and that's, I think, where we should be. But it's definitely a help if you can learn some local language whilst you're.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Derek has a question, Anita. He says, I believe your company is registered. If so, how do you deal with GRA?
Okay, so my company is registered by God's grace. After setting up and learning all these things, I am actually kind of making myself another stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
The consultancy we have a consultancy, myself, Reverend Charles, and Papa Kofi, to help people maneuver things easily that we have had challenges or difficulty in. So we have contacts in places like that our consultancy can actually support you in doing that. So you can definitely contact us if you need help, and then we would take it further with you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I think Barbara wanted to ask, is there Anita, do you miss UK? If you do, what do you miss about the UK?
Oh, no, not at all, Barbara.
I was hoping you say that. I was hoping you say that.
I'm very happy in Ghana. I want you all to come to Ghana. I really don't miss the UK. By God's grace, I have the opportunity to come in there any day, anytime. I was there early this year, and it's nice to come reconnect with friends, family, but I don't miss anything about it. I'm more challenged in Ghana, and in Ghana, in life, when you're challenged, is the best. But if you're very comfortable in what you're doing and repeating what you're doing, then really, what are you making out of yourself? What value are you adding to yourself? But I'm really challenged in here, and day in, day out, I'm being challenged. The business needs me more. Other things are springing out. And for me, I'm really loving the peace, the quietness. I'm not being chased to pay council tax and all with all your hats facing. And to me, I'm being challenged more here, but I have a lot of peace at home, and I see that I'm building very well by God's grace. So I really, Barbara, don't miss it, and I pray that you will be in my shoes and feels the same way that I feel when you come back home, especially when you start adding value to people's life. You will feel very, very fulfilled. Very, very, very fulfilled. Yeah.
Brilliant. So your hair shop is called Lashik Hair Solutions. Where is it based in Accra?
It's based at Osu. So let's say from Dankwa Circle towards Papaya. Okay. When you get to Papaya is on your left. There's a turning on the left just before the Papaya building. That brings you straight down to Blue Gate. Blue Gate is, let's say, a T-junction where you cannot go straight again. So at that Blue Gate, you turn right. And then after turning right, after the second speed ramp, you see Lashik on the left.
You really have acclimatized to the environment, because your directions is exactly how a Ghanaian would direct you.
I have. I'm more than good.
Thank you. Jonathan, I think you have a question, right?
Yes, I do. I was going to ask a question in relation to how the insurance industry is embracing such businesses. Are you facing any challenges in relation to insuring your business? I don't know if the question is that clear.
Yeah, for Lashik, we are not facing any challenges. We've been with the same insurers, because remember, it was not easy for me to raise the capital to come and start a business. And I had to think that if I don't insure the business, or if we don't insure the business, and this is hair, is hair. And when fire catches hair, that is it. Every single of them would just, burn out. So for me, it was very important to insure Lashik Hair Solutions. So we don't pray for that, but in case there's disaster, we don't have to start all the way again. And I have learned from my parents' experiences. The way our parents used to do business is not the way we do business now. And I had to really think really quickly and fast. and to know that, you know, if I don't want to start from scratch, then it means that I have to insure my business, which most people don't. But remember, it puts you at a peace of mind state. So when my insurance runs out for a day or two and I'm not insured, I am not at peace. I can't even sleep because it's taking time to build to this point. So I have gone with Star Assurance, and they have been very, very wonderful. And before the insurance runs out, they even come in and we arrange for the next insurance. So it's been quite good. It's not been bad at all, and it gives you that peace of mind. It's not too expensive. It actually depends on what you want to insure, and you have to be real with them. Don't go and insure 10 cedis when you believe that your capital that you have invested is, let's say, 500 cedis or 50 cedis. And just be real, put everything on paper so that you have that peace of mind to work and to move forward. So, yeah.
Fantastic, thank you. I wanted to, so Kofi Taylor Hayford, I'm assuming that that's Kobe's friend. He put a comment in there saying, Derek, I've been here since 2009 and I'm discovering that we have endless ways, frustrating ways of doing business. I think the trick is to tell yourself that it will never be straightforward, as one would hope. Managing your expectations by lowering them is always the best approach. Kofi, you seem to have a lot to say. Can you please share something with us at all? Obviously you have the experience as well, so maybe you might want to share a thing or two with us.
Oh yeah, hi.
Hi, Kofi.
Yeah, I'm. First of all, it's very good to meet everyone, and I'm very happy to discover that there's this kind of initiative and a group being put together, because it's very important. I haven't been here for since 2009. I've been concerned at the kinds of people, well-meaning, like-minded people who move to Ghana, or move with the intention of staying in Ghana, but then they get frustrated. They get frustrated and then they just leave. 6 months later, you're looking for them, and it's like, oh, this person's no longer around. So one of the things that I've realized is we really have to accept. Almost, you should probably look at it like you're moving to a new planet. And it sounds a bit ridiculous, but when you put that in your mind, you understand that the rules and expectations that you have of, a different planet should be different. And it kind of allows you so that when you deal with some of the frustrations, you're like, okay, you have a better approach to dealing with it. Because otherwise you will very quickly get frustrated. And then, you'll start to think that you made a mistake by moving to Ghana. It's definitely going to be painful. I don't think any one of us who's been here for any length of time can give you like the absolute, and complete rundown of what you should know. But generally, I feel managing your expectations is the first one. And then you just have to, with managing your expectations, you have to be really good at troubleshooting and juggling, because every day is a new adventure. So, if you can build an oasis, like your own little place where you can retreat and you can make things predictable for yourself, it really helps. Because otherwise, it's like you're fighting at work, you're fighting on the way to work or to your own business, to get to the house too, then, you're having challenges there because you didn't create the oasis for yourself. I mean, no matter what oasis you create for yourself, ECG will definitely do their thing. So you you have to think about them too.
Fantastic, Kofi. So I mean, I appreciate you sharing something with us. I just wanted to ask. Obviously, I've gone on to LinkedIn to look out to check you out. That's how I am. And obviously, your accent also shows that you moved from the US. Could you maybe give us a little bit of insight as to what made you decide to move back to Ghana?
Everybody should get ready to laugh, right? So, my father was a diplomat for Ghana, so we were stationed in the US at the time. And we used to come to Ghana on holiday every 2 years. And so I think in 2008, I visited, and I nearly didn't leave then, but I was taking a course in the US. So I went back, I finished the course, and then, you know, I said, oh, you know, I want to move back to Ghana. And I remember my father was like, listen, Ghana on holidays. I was like, oh, this whole what you talking about. So I moved back. And yeah, it's been a hell of a roller coaster, I'll tell you that. I was having a chat with my cousin the other day, and he was like, oh, so you moved back to Ghana based on imagination, you know, which is true. Because what you experience of Ghana when you're on holiday, you don't have to deal with the things permanently. So you're a bit more relaxed. You let things go. But, you know, when it's, as I would imagine, like for Ifia, for example, when it's to do with your business and people are playing games, it's like, it's a whole different interaction that you could probably have. But yeah, I moved to Ghana just because I saw and I still see opportunities that are not present elsewhere. You know, that's a place where, you know, for the most part, you can take on a role and learn on the job and, you know, really have a significant impact. Whereas elsewhere, they might not even give you the chance for any reasons.
So that means we're not crazy to wanting to move back to Ghana then?
No, not at all. In fact, I think that, you know, it's really good to see like-minded people wanting to move back to Ghana. We need to build like a critical mass of people that will be able to see that things need to change in certain ways. And then if everybody works together, then we can actually get that to happen. We don't have that critical mass yet. And the truth of the matter is, people who are in Ghana, they've had to cope with the system the way that it is. And the system is wait your turn until you become the big man or the big woman, then you can take advantage.
Right.
Whereas, you know, I would imagine in the UK, certainly in the US, it's not like that. It's about, you know, competence and, you know, being able to deliver. It's not because you have a connection or whatever. So it would be good if we start to change the system to become more of a system where your skills and what you can do gives you the access to the position, because that's when, you know, we'll see change and we won't be as frustrated, I think.
Fantastic. I think you need to come and join the platform. I've sent the link to Kobe for you to join.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. I'm very humbled, and I'm looking forward to meeting everyone.
Fantastic. I think there's a few comments here. I think Mina, there's a coffee so right. The other thing also is always have a plan B and plan C for everything. Okay, so always have a plan B and a plan C for everything. I think there's a question back to Anita. What made you choose Osu? And do you have any plans to open any more branches? Or also, what are your long-term goals for the business?
Okay. First of all, before I chose Osu, I did a lot of feasibility tests in the environment. Like I said, I didn't just hop in a day and start a business, but I had to come in, look at the environment. Although I used to live here before I went to the UK, I was still new in my own environment. So I can imagine if you haven't been home for a very, very long time, because with me, it wasn't so long. It was like between 8 to 10 years, and it was completely a new environment for me. But proud to that, I've always loved to go into real estate. How I'm gonna do that, I don't know, but I believe that one day I will do it. And so I remember Reverend Charles and myself went for a course in Manchester, and it was about real estate, and it was the team, it was a legacy team. I don't know if any of you have been before, and they taught us few things in real estate, and that knowledge that I acquired there helped me choose a place for my business. So they teach you how to get a very old tarred building and make it to that standard that you want. So if the building is tarred, it's quite cheap. And so with that kind of knowledge, and obviously you have to make sure that your business is in a very good environment where people can easily reach you. And Osu is a place where a lot of business goes on. In Osu is one of the places that you can actually set up your brand. And for me, I was looking around Osu, East Legon, but then I wasn't looking for a flamboyant building that I have to pay so much money, you see. So I looked for this rejected building, and I knew what I could make out of this building. So if you could see how this place used to be and how it is now, it's just unbelievable. Maybe after this session, I can share a few pictures and videos with you of how the place used to be and how it is now.
I think it'll be good. I remember I saw that Ken showed that to me. So I think it'll be good for you to see, so people can see the before and then the after. So it'll be good to share on the platform.
I know that it's possible. So this is one of the tools that uses to real estate. And after acquiring that knowledge, I try to bring that into my business in Ghana. So the first question, why Osu? Then again, like I said, it's a very good place, good marketplace, and I found this old place and made it, new. And the second question you said, am I thinking of opening branches? So with opening branches, I believe that once our systems are very solid, extremely solid, that it can be mimicked in other places, then I can have that peace of mind with my team to open branches. But as it stands now, there's no point of me rushing, trying to open branches for people to think that we have arrived or we are doing something. And I've seen that it's not everybody, but it's some people's way of doing business to be seen out there, like you're doing a lot and all that. We are okay in here. We used to have just one single face, which is when you turn, when you go straight into the arc here, you turn left. That used to be the old place. And then I used to have this place as a storage. And I thought when we were growing and I thought we needed more space, I kind of broke into this place, okay? And I used this place as well to showcase the product that we do, and then use that part to do the private salon. So it's not a matter of opening branches for people to see that you're doing something. It's a matter of solidifying your systems so that when you open another branch, you wouldn't really have to be there and it can run without you in a good way. Because if you open branches and you cannot be everywhere, that can also spoil your business. If the clients are not getting the satisfaction that they need when they come in here, with time, okay, it can actually collapse. So I am concentrating more on building one place, making it very solid. And if I feel, and then making sure that systems are running without me. And if I feel that, or if we feel that me and my team, when I say me and my team, everybody in Lashik, including my workers, if we feel that we need to, we need to expand or move somewhere else, then we will do that. But at the moment, as it stands with how the world is going, we are looking at going online. So very soon we will be launching our website. So we are not looking to open branches for now.
Okay, fantastic.
So
thank you so much. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, you were saying the last question you said, what you asked was the long-term
Yeah.
Yes. So the long-term goal is to be one of the best brands, hair brands in the world, because we bring in quality into the market and we give you value for money, and we give you great customer service. And by God's grace, our clients are loving the experience. It's not just that we are selling hair, okay? We are selling, as you can see, my beautiful ladies, if you're here, as you can see, we are selling very quality hair that will last you years. And you have to be honest with your clients. So when we came into the market, we said the hair is quality, and indeed, we are almost 3 years and they can see that the hair is very quality. They've had it, those who bought it for, okay, some of them just came for their hair, but those who bought their hair about 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, still have them. This is a typical example. So this hair is being like 1.5 years for a client. She's just brought it in for washing and treatment. And once you're very honest with them, with what you're bringing onto the market, it will get to a point you don't have to market again, because initially they don't believe you. They think you're just trying to make money. So in business, you have to build integrity. You have to be honest with what you're selling or what you're doing. And when you say A, let it be A, and eventually the clients will sell you out. So now clients are bringing in other clients, and it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. So the hair that you are wearing, is that color 1B?
Well done. This is chestnut color.
Oh, okay. And then I can see that you have a bit of a side pattern. Is it side pattern or middle pattern?
Yes, it is side pattern. This unit is called Gina unit. And we've only used 2.5 bundles with a 3 pattern closure. And when I say 3 pattern closure, you can actually part it on the left or in the middle or on the right side. And it's indeed very beautiful. Kwame, you need one for your wife by the time we finish this.
Thank you so much. Is there any other questions from anyone, please? If you have any questions, please do ask. I haven't heard many voices today. And I want to hear some voices.
And Kwame, can I say something?
Sure, carry on.
Yes, so one thing is that the hair is quite expensive, but then it gives you value for money. So instead of buying hair for 1,000 cedis or 500 cedis almost every single month or every 3 months, there is no need. Just invest in one quality hair from Lashik and you will definitely love it.
Thank you. So ladies, so Sophia, Alice, Jacqueline, Joanna, Lucy, Sally, Thelma, over to you. If you need any more hair, please make sure you get in touch with Anita.
Yes. I have a question. Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
My question is, in the UK, if you were naturally doing something new, like a beauty service, your natural thing for the newbie would advertise on Instagram and all the likes. But how would you naturally do it in a place where it's not as social media heavy in terms of getting new clients? So like in other places, they might be flights where they're leafleting in the local areas. You know, if there's a pizza shop in London, they would get someone to put letters, flyers in their post people's letterboxes. How would you go about getting new clients for your new business or having to introduce your company to people? So like once you actually see them, it's easy for you to kind of sell yourself. But the initial phase of actually getting them to actually make that conversation with you. Shall I read it? Oh, could you hear that?
I think maybe your line might not be too clear.
Yeah.
Sorry. So my question is, so for example, I sell lashes and it worked really well when I was marketing really well, and the best way was via Instagram. By God's grace, I was able to, find clients. I was cold messaging them, hey, hi, whatever, and it was easy because I was able to ship it to them. And the trust was based built on the fact that social media is quite heavily trusted or recommended. People get recommendations from influencers on YouTube and Instagram and the likes. But in Ghana, is that the same, or is there a different method in how you would then get your customers to even be able to market to them? So I gave an example of when you're opening up a pizza shop in London or somewhere, you would then have people that either have a stand with a sign, or they have, you know, flyers that they put in people's letterboxes. How did you go about getting your initial customers to actually hear your USP? My line is still bad.
I sort of got some of it, but not all.
Can you hear me? For some reason, I heard Jackie very clearly. I think she was asking about customer acquisition. So she's saying that she sells lashes, and obviously in the UK it's very Instagram heavy, and you can use YouTube influencers and the like. And she was just, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, but is that the same in Ghana? You know, in the UK, that's how it works. You know, if you're opening a pizza shop, you put flyers through someone's store. I think particular to Jackie's business, which is lashes.
Yes, that was the
would that be it?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you get that, Alice, Anita?
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah. So, you know, with the Instagram or social media, people, the same way people are selling quality stuff and getting good stuff, the same way people are being duped there. Others are selling fake things. They put nice pictures, nice videos out there, and make it seem like it's the best thing you're gonna get. But then once they post it to you, it's something else. And you know, in Africa, it's not, we are not heavily online, like you're saying. Is now that things are kind of moving in that direction. So moving into Africa, let's say, for instance, in the UK, when I started, I didn't have to set up a place because obviously the cost involved is quite high. And like, is it Michelle? Is it Michelle who asked the question?
No, Jackie.
No,
Jackie asked the question.
Jackie. Okay. So like Jackie was saying, we do a lot of things online, but in Africa, we don't do a lot of things online. So you could come in and do online. Yes, people are working online and it's working, but with lashes, with hair, some people want to come in and feel what you have, rather than telling them. Even when they come in and feel it, they still have doubts because they have been duped before. They've actually gone ahead to hold hair from other places where they've told them it's very good quality, but after wearing it for some time, they realize that it's shedding, it's tangling, and it's the hair is in chaos. But then, so that is a challenge to start with. But then once the clients come in after some time and they realize that what you've told them is true, and you want to move from being in a shop to online completely, you can definitely do that. We are heavily on Instagram now, although we have a shop, we have people who come into the shop, and also with our boutique, it kind of serves as a home, okay, for our clients. So we've had clients who are very tired at home. They want to leave home to a very nice place, and some salons may not receive them as we will. So they come in here as coming to find some serenity, some peace, and while away time. And by so doing, they end up buying more for us. So it's nice to go online. In Ghana is working. By God's grace, now we are really pushing a lot on the internet, especially on Instagram. So we are doing a lot of paid adverts, and it's working very well. We've managed to get some clients we've not even seen yet, and we are just posting the items to them wherever they are. Some in Kumasi. Yesterday we had an order all the way from Takoradi. We are working on it. So and they've not come in, but because you started with an open shop and people came in and they testified, so getting the client's feedback is also very, very important. So most of our clients don't want to be seen, but then you have to manage that. Some of them will give you that opportunity too, and those who don't want to, you have to respect their privacy and leave it there. And for us, it has worked for those who have given us the opportunity to take videos, feedback videos. We have put them out there, and everything looks very real, authentic, and that's the only reason why somebody can actually call you and send you so much money on mobile money when they haven't even actually seen you or seen your shop or seen the item. But then they have that trust for you. So you build that from the start, okay? And then if you feel that eventually you want to go online solely, at least they've known you for some time, they've known the brand, and you can shift smoothly onto virtual. Did that answer your question, Jackie?
Okay, let me also read a few things here. So Derek has said that from my experience, I think social media works for some clients, say university students. However, you've got to consider their purchasing power. And then Mina also says to Jackie, to add to what Anita has said, Ghanaians are still a very oral society. People believe in information coming from people like themselves, i.e. friends, family, etc. Social media is great for ads, but when you get a client, make sure the person's experience of your brand and services is awesome, and then ask them to recommend you. Once their experience of your service is great and they like it, they'll start recommending you to friends and family. Thank you so much, Mina.
Kwame, then again, sorry, Kwame, then again, word of mouth is very strong. When we initially came into the market, we had the opportunity to dress up a celebrity, and then she'll go on a TV show, and she will mention us at the end of the program, and people will just rush in here. But when they rush in here and you tell them this hair is 6,000 Ghana cedis, they are running away. So you have to look at where your target audience are, and then you channel your advert towards that. And for us, word of mouth and social media is working now compared to the TV adverts that we have done.
Okay, thank you. Is there any last words for us, for the people that have called in terms of any advice that you'd like to give anyone that is actually currently in the process of moving, or anyone that has wants to move in the future? Is there any last words that you could tell them? That's for you, and obviously afterwards I'll go back to Bobby and Kofi.
Okay, so my last word, and if you can also get some last words from my team, maybe there may be something that I haven't said that they may, pick it up and also give based on their experiences with me in La Chic, is to, come home. Don't think twice about it. Come home. And if you're facing any challenges at all, definitely I will not tell you it's easy. Okay, it is not easy, but it's doable and it's beautiful, and it's amazing in here. Ghana is a lovely place, and you see the way the UK is very fast paced, and Ghana is not that fast paced. So if you can come and still have that attitude, that mentality, to survive and to work like you work in the UK, I think there's a lot you can actually achieve in a day. So my advice to you is don't think twice. If you're thinking of coming and you feel deep inside you need to come home, give it a chance. And what is there when you fail? You learn from your failure anyway. I want to fail earlier so I can learn quickly and move on. So failure is inevitable. It's part of our lives. So just accept it. If you fail, just put yourself together, work towards it, and then like one of the ladies said, have about 3 plans. Okay. And then Kwame will always teach us the what ifs. What ifs? There is always a what if. But what if you succeed? Have you thought of that? What if you succeed? And when you succeed, you will succeed very, very, very well. So I would say don't think twice about it. This network that Kwame is put together is brilliant, and you need that like-minded people, because the same way there are like-minded people in here trying to push each other forward is the same way there are toxic people out there. and you have to try as much as possible to move away from people who tell you that it's not doable to people who tell you it's doable. Because I've had people who initially told me, you cannot sell one bundle of hair for 1,000 Ghana cedis in Ghana. And it is possible. So come home, don't think twice, take the risk. And we are all here to support. Any questions, we are all in here to support. I'm not sure what my team want to add to this.
Papa Kofi, are you still there, or Reverend Charles?
Okay, Papa Kofi is here.
Papa Kofi?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but there's a bit of an echo in the background.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear? We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, the line is a bit bad, so I'm gonna mute you.
Sorry, I'm having network challenge here.
Oh, okay. Is Reverend Charles there? Kofi. I'm gonna meet you and then I'll move to Kobe now. I'm conscious of time at the moment. Kobe, what are your last words to the people that have called on?
First thing is just to fully echo what Anita said. Come home. Be wary and be aware of the challenges you may face. There'll be different, obviously, for everyone in your different fields and with your different experiences, but don't let it put you off. The world at the moment is showing us that, you're needed at home, you're wanted at home, and we can really make a difference. That what I said earlier about there being a bit of a, not so much of a welcoming attitude toward change can happen with the groundswell of people that Kofi spoke about. People who think the same and will act in the best nature of Ghana, which is what we want everyone who has that at heart. And I don't think people would have joined this call if they didn't have that. So definitely come home, be wary of it, but just make that leap and reach out to people. The platform is fantastic. Someone's already messaged me saying, what do you do if you don't have a network? It doesn't matter. Ghana is a very small place. 6 degrees of separation in Ghana but can easily become 2 degrees of separation, So meeting one or two people, all of a sudden you've met 100 people, and people know everyone. People are happy to introduce, and I think most people on the platform are as well. So if you know nobody, if you know nothing, as a first thing, chuck it on the platform. Someone will give you an answer, I'm sure. There's a wealth of experience on there, and be bold. That's it. Be bold. Chase your dreams. Do something new.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kobe. And then Kofi.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, Kofi. Carry on. If you can share something, last words on or advice to us.
Oh yeah, I have to echo what Anita just said. It's really important to surround yourself with the right energy because this place is so challenging. I think everyone knows Prince Amwabing, the former CEO of.
Yeah, you need trust.
Yeah, he has a saying in his book that I've taken and it sticks with me. He said, in Africa, little drops of water don't make a mighty ocean. They evaporate because that's how harsh the environment is. And so you definitely need people who are positive-minded, people who believe that things can be done. It's very, very important because otherwise you will be overwhelmed with the challenges and it can send you to a negative place. But yeah, please come home. We need you, everybody. We need what you know. We need what you can do. We need you to, change things and improve things. So please don't it's not going to be easy, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be worth it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And Kofi, I've sent the link to Kobe for you to join our group. I'm sure we're going to enjoy having you with us. We're going to try again.
Kwame.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got Papa Kofi here, so I can actually turn the phone for you to speak to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. There you go.
Papa Kofi, yeah.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yeah. It's
Sorry
good to have you with us. No problem at all. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed the session. Is there any last words that you have for people that want to move back home? Obviously, you're in Ghana. Is there any last words that you might want to have for anyone on the platform? I mean, everyone on the platform wants to come back home. So if you can have just something to share within the last minute or two.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you for everyone on this page and on this network group. What I would add to it is that collaboratively, if you want to do anything in Ghana, you need an effective team. And because the environment is different from the international environment in terms of marketing and in terms of industry, it will be very important that you get people who will be very loyal to you. Because the country is faced with, a divided fraction of people. So if you don't really get the right people to work with you on the ground, you might be either swindled. So it is very important that when you're making your visibility very well, get the right team and get the right network so that you get the right results.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Papa Kofi. And thank you everyone that dialed in today for our session. I've run over by 10 minutes, but obviously it tells you how much it's a very important topic. I extended this session by another 30 minutes today, but it was 10 minutes over. But thank you so much for dialing in. Once the recording is ready, I will send it on to the platform for you to keep listening and listening and listening. The next session will be on the 20th of June, and I think I shared it earlier. I think one of the hot topics on the platform is real estate. So I'm putting together a session that we're going to talk about real estate. It's going to be in two parts. One part, we're going to talk about mortgages, so how to get a mortgage in Ghana, whether you open an account, whether you take what percentages. So there'll be a lot of opportunity to ask questions, and there'll be someone also to talk about literally properties in Ghana, how to buy a property, what type of properties to buy. So that will be the first session, and I think the second session will be on building a property in Ghana, building your own house, acquiring the land, and then what are the checks that you need to do, and then also have someone who's more or less like a building engineer, surveyor, who will talk about the process of starting a property, building your property from the beginning. And then another session that I'm looking to do is on education. So, the education system in Ghana, where to look for information regarding getting your child into education. But so all these sessions I'm trying to put together. If there are any sessions that you guys think will be good and you'd want to get more information, please message me in a group or direct message me as well. And once again, thank you so much and have a lovely evening.
Thanks, Kwame.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
Thank you, Kwame.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Kwame.
Bye, Kwame.